How do you like it? What year model? What'd you say? It come with the trailer?
Yeah. The trailer wasn't really built for this boat, so I had to do some modifications.
To get it where you can get it out, in and out of the water good? Show you this pretty hay field. Look at all the hay they got. Oh, that pretty hay. One more time, let you get a feel for how big that sucker is. How long you had it?
I've only had it for 2 years.
2 years. How do you like it?
I love it. I can fish out of it just fine. It's nice and sturdy. It's big. I can put my whole family on there.
Yeah, it's sturdy, but it's wide, but it's sturdy.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can probably pull something behind it, can't you?
We pull a tube behind it every once in a while. You could pull a skier, but it tops out 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, you got to kind of be going every bit of 30 to really do it, probably on the wakeboards. What year model?
You would ask.
What'd you say?
I can't remember what year it is.
I would say it would be something like a 95.
I wanted to say it was a 93, but I can't remember.
It come with the trailer?
Yeah. The trailer wasn't really built for this boat, though. I've had to do some modifications to it.
To get it where you can get it out, in and out of the water good?
Before, I'd have to back the trailer way down in the water, pull the boat up, and lift it up on top, and then strap it down, and then pull up and kind of steer the boat onto the trailer. I've had to lower the front and everything on the trailer to get it vertical.
I like your truck too. When you fish, do you fish for crappie or you fish for bass?
I do a little bit of all of it.
All of it.
Crappie. We'll throw worms and fish for
Yeah.
bluegill.
You ever trot line?
I've got one and I've tried it a couple of times. I just wasn't real good at it.
We did trot lining and yo-yoing in Mississippi.
Yeah, I did a lot of yo-yoing when I was a kid down in southern Arkansas.
It's amazing how much fish you can catch at a certain time of year.
Yeah.
And certain lakes in Mississippi were plentiful. And then all of a sudden they said, oh, you can't eat but a catfish one time a week for one person. Hell, we was living off catfish. We was eating it all the time. But they said it was stuff coming off the fields causing it to get contaminated. And it was mercury or some other kind of chemical. Glyphosate probably was the biggest, and they didn't even have the word formulated back then. They just knew it was Roundup.
Yeah.
Everything they sprayed went into the river system and then makes its way all the way to New Orleans.
Yeah, and it was bad that way. Plus you had all the barges running up and down through there.
And you know they're leaking and doing other things. I worked for the Army Corps of Engineers out of Vicksburg, and I just was really new on the job, and they pull up with all their factory boats and things, and this barge comes in and shoves this big old long deck out, and here comes off some guys with the hole was already dug by somebody else that was doing the grading of the banks, and they took all their garbage and they throwed it in that hole and covered it up. I mean, it was like 7 people each of them had like 2 sacks, and I said, y'all do that all the time? He said, oh yeah, as we make our way down upriver, well, upriver's hard because we're already done. I said, what do you do? They said, well, we try to make it to the incinerator in Vicksburg, but if we don't, it stinks too bad, we throw it overboard. If it stinks too bad, you know what I mean? That's pitiful. What you think about these high-ass prices?
I won't pay it regardless, but
yeah.
I gotta have fuel. I ain't walking.
I hear you. Fuel is a fraction of what else is going on. They raising insurance on cars, everything. The food has done got ridiculous.
Foods went up 67%.
Yeah, and they tell you, oh, it's just up 14% across the board. No, it's not. It's way up.
Nah, it's way higher.
I think
that's what happens whenever you take a businessman out of the office and put in somebody that don't know what they're doing.
And he is a businessman. I might not care about what he does and how
He's not a good guy.
He's kind of an asshole.
Oh yeah.
But I tell you what, I think he can. The only one that can solve the problems and get us out of what Third World War.
He ran this country like a business, and that's what it needed.
Well, he told him, if you don't do this, I'm gonna put a tariff on that and a tariff on that. They don't even want him to get back president because he's going to do Korea, he's going to do everything to Japan, all them people that China, all them people that are messing with us, he's going to change their way they do business with everybody. And it ain't going to take a year to get it done.
No.
One or two meetings.
He screwed up when he dropped the prices of oil into the negatives.
Oh, the owners,
half of
their income.
Half of the people in the offices up there have stock in oil companies, and they're all losing their butts, and he pissed a lot of people off when he did that.
And they also got money in Raytheon and all that military industrial complex, and so they made trillions of dollars, quadrillions, and even gave some of these counties huge chunks of money. And we didn't have it to give.
No.
Trump will actually get us out of trouble.
But if our government's got excess money to give to other countries for gender studies, we have too much taxes.
Ain't that
cut back?
Yeah, I want to see them do gender study in Iran they will throw them off of a roof. Yeah. Boy, you want to be a girl? Well, I'm going to show you something. Come here to the edge of this roof and throw his ass off. Now, the next one that's standing behind him, now, do you want to be a boy or a girl? I want to be a boy.
That's how they do it over there.
Yeah. Life is something. Ain't that something? Look at that. Look at him. Just get it. I can keep him in focus for a long ways. Look at that. I figured he went back there to get him some water. That's one of the only places besides the come and go in Rogersville to get water. And it tastes really good. And I've tasted it, but I've had to get it a couple of times myself. But I thought I'd take a picture of him while I had a chance. All right. Well, I wanted to show you this pretty hay field. Look at all the hay they got. Oh, that pretty hay. Now this is about the time I say. Now they're on the other side of the road too, look. That is a red, white, and blue bell. Looks like a flag. Gotta love it. But that is a beautiful house. Alright, I'm going to zoom into it one more time, let you get a feel for how big it sucker is. Look at that. Ain't that huge? Well, this is the first big wedding I've seen. Look at that. I pull up and they walk off. Ain't that something? Well, look, my favorite little egret is still here. He's my buddy, my pal, my friend. He'll never leave me nor forsake me. Well, there they go. All right, we're in a place where I can see them. They're gonna probably take pictures from up there. Look at that. Ain't that something? A big wedding party. Huh. Maid of honors. The daddy and grandma and grandpa. Ah. Oh, they headed for the chapel. Ain't that something? Look at that. Look at him. Just getting it. I can keep him in focus for a long ways. Look at that.